Hi, Pam. My name is Quintella Williams. I am replying to your discussion video on abnormality. I can appreciate your discussion. I love the way you started out with your ideal or your Christian worldview was just God and God all by Himself. I love that. I honestly believe that also. You also talked about how, having the ability to not judge one another because of disabilities or because of, mental illnesses, and how the fall of man cause sin to come in and separate us from God. And that's absolutely true. And I love the way you actually came back and reiterated that God saw the suffering that His people were going through. We see that, good and evil, exist together, and how that God sent His Son. He sent Jesus to save us from ourselves because we were making so many mistakes and things like that. But Jesus came so that he could set us free, and that's the most wonderful thing, because it was not His ideal for us to suffer, and it was not his purpose for us to lack or want. But that sinful nature did cause a separation, and that's what we were left with when dealing with the psychopathology. It's difficult, I think, to separate that sinful nature from everything else that you're having to deal with, because everyone has an ideal of how they feel about something or what they think about different things, and it sometimes your ideal is not correct, but we always have to go back to the Bible, and we always have to always say, what would Jesus do? That was a thing that was going on for a while, and always question yourself, what would Jesus say about this? What would Jesus feel about this, type of mental disorder that this person is going through? And also just how there's a lot of mental disorders that are talked about in the Bible. You talked about anxiety is definitely one of those, and depression, and different things. So they were definitely there. There's documented, that these are sufferings that, God's people went through. Being an educator right now, it's difficult to have that Christian mindset and have that professionalism at the same time. I was reading a book, an article about Christian special educators responding to the call to serve with people or children with disabilities, and how we have to really get a lot more education to go along with having that Christian worldview, and how we put those thoughts out in the world, in our field of study, or in our career, but at the same time be mindful and respectful of everyone having a choice, or everyone having that they're having the opportunity to feel and think what they want, but also still able to serve and still able to do the job that God sent us to do.